Hey everyone, it's Alison Sullivan with Stamp Crazy with Alison. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in New Westminster, British Columbia on the west coast of Canada. So welcome to my live on Sunday. I'm just going to close a door that I just left open. Sorry about that. Here I am. Okay, that's live TV for you. I see that I'm on YouTube, so that's good. I'm just going to make sure that I am also broadcasting with sound because sometimes that gets a little messed up. Oh, good. We're all good. Okay. Hi, Keisha. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. How are you today? How are you keeping these days? Okay. Just going to get myself all organized here. A little slow. Hi, Mo. How are you? I'm a little slow on the uptake today. I don't know. Something. I got slow. Anyway, here I am. See how this goes today. It might be a hot mess. Not sure. We'll see. Okay, so beautiful, beautiful. It's going to be another frosty day in Vancouver, but it's nice. It's beautiful yesterday. We went for our tree yesterday, and it was gorgeous weather. I am feeling better. Thank you, Keisha. Although there's a bit of a runny nose thingy that keeps hanging on, and I know my husband, he keeps coughing, and my son's fiance, she has been sick for months. She soldiers on, but she just seems to have this sinusy thing. So I don't know what's going on. She was a school teacher, so she probably just gets over it, and then the kid brings in another sickness, and she gets that. I don't know. Poor thing. Anyway, I hope you guys are okay. Good morning, Mary. How are you from Ireland? Whereabouts in Ireland are you from, Mary? Been to Ireland. You got a wall felt tree yesterday, safest with the kittens. Yeah, you got to be careful with kitties, don't you? Because they can wreak havoc, can't they? Okay. Nova Scotia. Hello. Hello, Alexina. Nice to see you. I don't think you guys have been on here before. Connie's been here from North Carolina. How are you, Connie? Thanks, you guys. Happy Thanksgiving, Connie. We don't have Thanksgiving in November in Canada. We have it in October, which spreads out the turkeys a little bit better. Although I think sometimes my American friends don't have turkey twice. They have something else like roast, and then they'll have a turkey. Hi, Diane. Good morning. Frosty out there. Okay, I'm so glad you came, you guys. Let me put this over from the sunny East corner, Wexford. My dad, like 100 years ago, literally, in the 1960s, spent a year in Ireland, in Cork, building. He worked for a brewery, and they built the Beamish and Crawford plant in Cork. So he had to go over from Canada. He had to go over there to oversee that. So we would spend Christmas and summers there. So beautiful, beautiful country, Ireland. Beautiful. Okay, let's move this over so that I can go over here and pick you guys up over here. So we go. There we go. All right. Hopefully I'll be able to see your comments. Okay, so today we're going to work with Merry Bold and Bright. I love this. I've used it quite a bit on my lives. I wanted to use it again today because it's retiring. Okay, so it is going away, Merry and Bright. We've got the stamps, and it's got coordinating dies. We've made some cards with this. So let me show you a couple that we've made live. We made this one. Remember this one? Holly Jolly. We made that one on a live. I love the designer series paper. This card used 3 different designs, so I was able to use up my scraps. You guys remember that one? And we had this one. We made a lot with this. We made this one. And we made this one. This is fun. All the bright colors. I'll show you some more later. Okay, so that will set you up for what we're working with today. Now, I haven't made a sample card. So this is what I meant this morning by I'm going to just wing this. I made a card using the Fluffiest Friends. Have you guys seen Fluffiest Friends? It's from the new online exclusives. So cute. And let me show you a card. So you can, if I can find a card, I will show you a card. Here it is. How about this card? Fluffiest Friends. So I had made a card with Fluffiest Friends using a technique called Faux Shutter. Sometimes people call it fractured technique. And I had made one, and I had a team member who volunteered to present at our last team meeting. And I said to her, I just made a card with this fractured. It's a great technique, because she wasn't sure what to do. And I said, do you know how to do that one? Do you want to do that one? And so she did. Anyway, that's what we're going to work with today. We're going to make a fractured card. I can't show you the fractured card that I made with the Fluffiest Friends because it's for a class, and we keep that secret until the class. Good morning, Jacqueline. How are you? You're not late, and you're going to be able to make the fractured card at our class on Saturday. Anyway, here's another little one with this Fluffiest Friends. How sweet is this? This set is so darn cute. All right. So here I've got all my bits, and we're going to keep our fingers crossed. I don't know how this is going to go. I have not made a sample. So I'm just going to kind of wing it here. We've got Melon Mambo, which is just your standard North American size A2 card. It's 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. Okay, so we've got that. I have grabbed some designer series paper from the Merry Bold and Bright. So I've pulled this one with the bulbs. I've also pulled Fa La La. And I've got the little stars, because I'm not sure which one of these I'm going to use yet. I'm not sure. We're going to play with it and we can decide, because I haven't made a sample, as I've said. I've also got part of the suite, the Merry Bold and Bright suite, is this fabulous foil. And it comes in Granny Apple and Melon Mambo. And I've cut, I don't need this many. You only need 4 strips. 1/4 inch by 5.5. Okay, so you can pick whichever ones you want. And then I've got a piece of just white, scrap of white, and I think that's all. I made something ahead of time because of the drying time, but it's gone missing. So I guess we're not going to worry about that. I'm just going to have to recreate it from scratch. All right. It's okay. We're moving on. All right. I'll find it when I don't need it, right? Isn't that what always happens? We find things when we no longer need them. Let's see if I've got it. Nope, can't see it. Okay. Scrap of white. Oh, gosh. I need to just kind of settle down here. Let's grab some Melon Mambo ink. Okay. And let's stamp the bulb. Okay, so I'm going to just ink it up, and I found it's a bit dark, so I'm going to just stamp it off, and then I'm going to stamp it on. Now I'm just going to, I'm going to be using the stylish shape square. This one's a bit small. Is this piece bigger? Yeah, this is a bit bigger. And I'm going to position, I just want to see where I want this. So I'm thinking about here. You'll see why. When we start creating and putting it together, you'll go, oh, that's why she did it like that. Okay. Hi, Ellie. How are ya? Good morning. Okay. Now I'm going to grab Daffodil, and this little stamp here is like the light, okay? The burst of light. So I'm just going to put that on my end of my little bulb here, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this aside because I want to emboss a sentiment on top, but I want my ink to be really, really dry. Now, you can use your embossing buddy and go over it, but sometimes it's not enough. you're trying to remove the oil from your fingers, but you also don't want embossing powder to stick to the ink. And until it's dry, it will. So we're going to just set that aside for just a minute while we get that all sorted. Meanwhile, I can just show the other elements. So I've cut this piece. We talked about this. This is cut to 3 3/4 by 5. And then the granny apple is just 1/8 of an inch bigger. So that's 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. Okay. And that's going to form our card. All right. So that's the mechanics of it. And then these pieces, your pieces that we're going to use, you'll see why we're going to use them. But I've cut 2 pieces to 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. Okay, so that's the measurements. I'm also going to, I've got a piece of silver here. I'm going to grab one of the dies. It's the little socket, I guess. Let me show you here in the dies. Over here. So in the dies, what I love about the dies is, of course, they coordinate with the stamps, but you get 2 sockets, 2 of each of the bulbs, 2 of many of the items, 2 strands of lights, 2 of the kind of squiggly lights. It's just so much easier to cut them out in multiples when you have 2 of each, which is really cool. They started doing that about 4 years ago, I think, and I love it. Okay, anybody else popped on? Let's see. Nope, we've got just the group that I've said hello to, I think. I don't think I'm missing anybody. Oh, I have some. Nope, Mary's my only one over on YouTube. Good morning, Wendy from the Netherlands. Oh, my goodness. Hello. Hello. Gosh, I've got Ireland today. I've got the Netherlands. I've got North Carolina. Oh, my goodness, you guys. Thank you so much for coming. I need one of these sockets for the top of my light. So we'll cut that out. There we go. And don't lose your little pieces. I always keep a piece of magnet beside my workspace when I'm using dies because sometimes they go astray. I'm sure that's never happened to you guys, but happens to me all the time. Okay, so once I've cut this out, this is just going to go on the top like so. Okay. All right. Now I want to put a sentiment on here, but I'm going to just figure out where the edges are here and stamp it so that it's makes some sense here. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to leave that like that for a sec. And for my sentiment, the sentiments that were in the Merry and Bright don't really go with the design. Like Holly Jolly, I think, was too long. Santa was here. Oh, what fun. I suppose I could have used that, but I thought I'd go with a stamp set that's in the annual catalog. You might not have noticed this. I used it the other day. Brightest Glow. This is a fantastic word set. You have to get this if you don't have it. It's in the annual catalog. 159542 is the item number. And look at all the sayings. It's got every saying you could possibly want for the holidays. Okay. And it's got script and it's just beautiful. You've got some script mixed with just, what I would call straight up and down words. So lots of things. We're going to use all as Merry and Bright because I was thinking bright for the light. And we're going to keep our fingers crossed that this is dry enough and doesn't stick. Like I said, I did do a one in advance, but it has disappeared. So all my best intentions didn't work. Okay, so all is Merry and Bright. I'm going to just move this. I don't quite want it on there. There we go. So I've got this angled, okay? And the reason I got it angled is because when it goes on to here, it's going to be angled for this faux shutter card, okay? Oh, I did. Oh, here it is. Look at that. There it is. Good. I've got one. If something messes up, I've got one. Yay. Okay. Found it. Nick of time. All right. We're going to emboss. So I've got my Versamark. I've got my saying. I'm going to emboss it in black. And I just need a little scrap before we get started. Okay, so I'm just using this to make sure that I've got where I want it. Okay, so let's, there we go. That should work just fine. All is merry and bright. And then we will add our embossing powder. Gosh, it's almost December, you guys. Can you believe it? Oh my goodness. Time is going to go whipping by in the next 3 or 4 weeks, isn't it? It's never enough time. Okay. Now, I always find black to be one of these embossing powders that, I don't know, it's like coal dust to me. It just goes everywhere. Okay. There we go. Let's heat set that. I'm going to grab my heat tool. Let's put our lid on our Versamark. Put all of that away. So we're going to let that heat up, our heat tool. What else have I got here? Hello, Wendy. Oh, I'm so happy you came. I'm so happy you came. It is. I go online and watch people too. It's great, isn't it? That it's the kind of craft that people are really willing to share ideas, and you get different. You might have done something the same way, you know, 100 times, and then somebody gives you a really easy way to do it, and you go, "Oh, that's so brilliant!" Yeah, love that. Okay, so we're going to heat this up. You can see that rising. I'm just going to double check under my light. All that rays, that looks good. Okay. And then I'm going to cut this out. So I use repositionable tape because I want this to be in a specific spot. Okay, so I think that looks good. All is merry and bright. I think that's good. Okay. This is stylish shape dies. Now, you guys, I talk about stylish shape dies every single time I think I'm on. You have to get these. Stylish shape dies. You get squares, you get circles, you get labels, and they don't only just cut out, they add a little stitch line, which is really, really cool. So let's bring in our baby boss and let's run that through. Okay. All right, put that on my magnetic piece so I don't lose it. All right, here is our merry, all is merry and bright, okay? So I'm gonna grab our DSP. Why do things go missing? Here we are. Gosh, I'm having one of those days, you guys. Okay, so here it is. We've got our square, and what we want to do is glue this down. So let me grab, my favorite glue is the multi-purpose white glue. I like this glue. Okay. So then, it doesn't have to be, you should try and center it, but it doesn't have, I'm putting it nearer the top than I am the bottom. Okay. Okay. Right. Sort of, I'm just guessing at this point. Maybe I could have moved it lower, but too late now. All right. I'm going to keep that. Remember, we've got this guy. We're going to put that on. Now, I grabbed some of the foils that are from the suite, and I've got the Melon Mambo one and the Granny Apple, and I'm not sure which one I want to use. So I'm going to try. I think I'm going to use the Melon Mambo. I could stagger it. Let me see. Do I want to do that? No, I think I like the Melon Mambo. Okay. So what we want to do is grab this. Now, some people, my team member, she used a silicone mat. I don't tend to use the silicone mat under this, but let's do what she did. Grab our silicone mat. Then we don't have to worry about glue. Okay. So what I'm going to do, you guys, is I'm going to take my strip, 1/4 inch strip, and I'm going to butt it up against my square and have it end at the top of the square. Okay, so I'm not going like that. I'm going like this. Okay. Okay. I say with conviction. I'm just going to double check because this morning I made it and I thought, oh, gee, something's wrong there. So let me see. This is going to go like this. It's always good to double check like a carpenter, right? And that's going to go like that. Oop. That's going to go like that. Nope, it's not. It's going to go like that. Just making sure, you guys, that I'm not messing up, because if I mess up, it's going to be one of those jeepers creepers. How did I do that? Okay. All right. Let's just go for this. I might make a mistake, but you know what? Oh, well, whatever. This morning I was trying to make one of these and I had messed up so badly that I had to rip it all apart. And then I just thought, I'll just go live and hope for the best. Okay. So this is what we're doing. We're running it right off the edge here. You see that? Okay. And the reason we've got the silicone is the glue will go on there and it won't mess up anything. You got to be careful when you're working with foil. I did find out this morning, that of course, if you get glue on your fingers, you're going to end up with glue on your foil, which is kind of sad. Okay, we're just going to run that one down like that. So all I'm doing for this piece is I'm now taking it, I'm still butting up against this side and this edge, but I'm running off the edge here. Okay, so we're just going to go like this. Okay. It's going to go all the way down like so. This is why it's called a faux shutter card, because in a shutter in a camera, you've got, when the shutter opens to take the picture. Remember cameras? Anybody still have a camera? We all use our phones, don't we? That's one of the names for this. Some people just call it a fractured technique. So you're fracturing the background. So hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. I'm just butting these up, always just butting it up against that square. Okay, go. Just going to let that dry for a second. Okay, so we're going to just let that dry for a sec. Now, you can, if you want, you can take another color and do a double, or you can just do a double on two sides, if you want. Just do that. Or we could just do this. Let's just put a double on. Why not, right? No harm to put a double on. So we'll just do it again. We're just going to run that right beside the other one. And like I said, you don't have to do it on all four sides. So let's just do it on these two sides. Let's see how that looks. Okay, so I'm just going to give that a second to dry. And while I'm doing that, I might as well put my little socket on there. There we go. Okay, so we're going to just let all of that. I find that when you're using foil, it can slide around a bit too, right? So you just want to be careful. So what do you guys got to say? You have to go to your MacBook. Okay. Use stylish shapes a lot too. Yeah, I do too, Connie. I don't know if I make cards without it. I just love it so much. Okay, so when we think this is kind of dry enough and set enough, now we can go ahead and just trim off these little ends. And so all you're doing is turning it over and just giving it a haircut. I do cut these to 5.5. I don't know whether you need to have it that long, because you can see that there's quite a bit left. So you could probably get away with 5 inches. Quarter inch by 5 would probably be okay. So here's what we've got so far. Now, remember these pieces? we're going to do something different. You can leave it like this and then mount it on here. Let me just grab this. Just mount it on here, and that's cute. Or you can mix it up a little bit and put some designer series paper on. And I'm thinking, cut this a bit too short, so I'm going to have to cut a little bigger piece. When you position this will determine what size you need. Okay, I guess I could use these corners instead. It doesn't have to be that corner. Sort of doing it like this. Okay, so I'm not sure. What do we like? Fa la 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 la, the stars. It's hard to tell. I'm thinking I'm going to use the stars. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I will put it up here. I will. Oh, I've got that. I got the other sides too. Ooh, should we do? Oh, that's kind of cool. I think I'll use that. I think I'm going to use the, whatever you call that, little dots. I like that. Yep, I like that. Okay, so I'm going to put this, some glue up here in this corner. And then I'm going to take my little dots and glue it down. I'm going to just wait. There we go. I'm just going to wait a minute till that gets all set, okay? And then what you're going to do is carefully, oh so carefully, trim this off. To be kind of left-handed here. It works. So you see, then you still have a lot of piece left, right? Because then that can go in the other corner. Okay, so we'll just add this. And we'll just stick this on. Again, I'm just going to let that dry so it doesn't move around when we're trying to trim it off. So like I said, you could leave this as just that one solid piece of DSP, or you can add two different ones, and that's the easiest way to do it. Okay, now I'm going to put this on that piece of granny apple, which is just that 1/8 inch bigger. Remember we were talking about that. Okay. Okay, and then we can mount this on here. Back to our little melon mumbo. Like I said, I didn't do this ahead of time, so I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out. And to be honest, it's okay. I'm not sure I love it, but it's a fun technique, right? So try the technique. You didn't buy the set. It's going away, Wendy. It's gonna leave. It's on like while supplies last. So you're in a different market than me, so I can't tell you. It might even be on sale in your market. I'm not sure. Anyway, hopefully you can see that how the foil shines there. All is merry and bright. Kind of cute. All right. I said I would show you more samples with that. So here's another one. This time just 3 little bulbs. This is cute. This is using the designer series paper from the pack and a piece of ribbon. This is from the Zany Zoo. There's a 2-pack of ribbon, and it's meant to look like a little tree, which is cute. I love these words, right? Where you have the negative, so you stamp it, and it's the color you stamp. The word letters are always going to be the white, and the background is going to be the color. This one here, a little bit different. And I love how you can die cut the elements too out of the silver. It's really cute. And then here, lastly, is the one I made, the very first one I made, I think. really cute. Okay, so that's our, let me just put a few of these out. There we go. Put this one out just so you can see a couple of examples. Now, you guys, you know about online exclusives because I like to talk about online exclusives a lot. So, here's a new one. Simply Sparkling. Have you guys seen this? How adorable is this? Now, I don't know where, depending on where you live, will depend if you call it soda or pop. Where I live in Canada, everyone in Canada, I don't think it matters where you live in Canada, calls it pop. I know in the US, some parts of the US call it soda, some call it pop, some call it soda pop. So we've got both here, soda and pop. Isn't this cute? But what makes it even cuter, oh my gosh, there's coordinating dies, of course. This is so adorable. Look at this. We've got the pop can, and we've got the bubbles, and look at the lid, even with the, you know, like the pull tab. Oh my gosh, so cute. We've got lemons and strawberries and cherries. This is a really, really adorable set. So if you want to know where to find it, you're not going to find it in the catalog. You're going to find it in my store, shopcrazywithallison.ca. And you're going to click on online exclusives and you will find it. Super cute. I haven't had a chance to play with it yet, but I will. Anyway, let's come back over here. I'm going to move my, little, helps if I have my cursor the right way. Let's see how. Here we go. Okay. Boy. All right, here we are. And here I am. Here we are. Okay, you guys. So thanks for joining me today. I was a little bit, you know, and I did make the card on the fly. But it's more about the technique, right? So play with the technique. It's really quite fun. And if you don't want to add the two different colors, you don't have to. You can just leave it as this solid DSP in the background. It looks really effective if you use black, because it sort of pops it out. It almost looks like a shutter, right? Oh, thanks, Connie. Okay, you guys. It is brilliant, isn't it? Are you talking about this Simply Sparkling probably, right? So cute. Brilliant, as my Scottish family would say. Brilliant. Anything else, you guys, before we say goodbye for today? Any other questions? No, we're all good. It's a good way to use that foil without blinding everyone. It is a bit, isn't it, Keisha? It is a bit bold, almost disco, right? Like almost like a disco. You're too young, but it's sort of like a disco colors, those vibrant colors. Anyway, yeah. So you just get a little bit, and I do think it looks better with the two on a couple of sides there. All right, you guys. Thank you for joining me. I will see you again on Wednesday. I'm on Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Pacific, and I'm on Sundays at 10 a.m. Pacific. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you again on Wednesday. Bye for now. And thanks for visiting me from all over the world. It's so awesome. Stamping is a wonderful craft. Brings people together, doesn't it? All right. Bye for now. Have a good day.